There.
Okay, Pemberley, thank you for having us. We are one of the only conscious mortgage lenders in San Diego. I'd like to say, well, we're one of the few, I would say, that are doing this. And what that means, we're for-purpose business, and so what that means is we have taken profit and nonprofit and bringing them together in a business model. And the way that that works is, actually, should we be on the next slide? Oh no, you're going to be talking more about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little thrown off.
We'll explain it to you.
All right. And so I am really excited about this. This is actually, I'm a conscious entrepreneur. I consider myself a conscious entrepreneur, and I consider myself a conscious consumer. And so what that means is whoever I do business with or how I go about my business, I want to know what they're doing in the community and in the world, and if they're doing anything to give back. And this is, I'm the creator of Buy a Home, Save a Vet, and Buy a Home, Save a Child, which I'm very passionate about. And we have a presentation for you that I will turn over to Kate. By the way, I'm the branch manager. And this is my team, Kevin and Kate, and we have something great for you.
All right, guys. To start off, I would like 2 volunteers. Okay. How did I know it was going to be Taryn and Susan?
People that already know you, so we're not.
I know. Thank you, ladies. All right, so I want all of you guys to just close your eyes real quick. Close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in, and I want you to think about a time when you went out of your way to help somebody in need. Now, how did that make you feel after you did that?
Can we open our eyes?
You can open your eyes. And Susan, how did that make you feel?
Makes you feel good, kind of more than just your own self.
Right. So now I want you to close your eyes again. It's the last time, I promise. Now I want you to put yourself in the position of your average home buyer or home seller. And what is the first thing that pops in your mind when you think about real estate agents and mortgage lenders? Okay, you can open your eyes. Taryn, give us the honest truth.
There's some bad people in the business that give people in our industry a bad name.
Right? Like we've all seen The Big Short, right? Yeah. So we are here today because we are changing buyers and sellers' perceptions and opinions on real estate agents and mortgage lenders. So we're going to talk to you guys about how we are doing that through our business model, being for-purpose business. So first, we're going to show you a little commercial that you may or may not have seen already on TV. Turn it up.
Water. Every day, women around the world spend millions of hours just collecting it. Stella Artois has partnered with us at water.org to help provide access to clean water to women and their families in the developing world. We can be the generation remembered for ending the global water crisis once and for all. What do you want to be remembered for?
So I don't know about you guys, but the next time I go into a restaurant or bar, if I want a nice cold beer, after seeing this, I'm going to want to pick a Stella, right? Why not? I'm going to then be helping their mission to end the water crisis. So this is a great example of a business that is for purpose. So they've identified a social need and they are working to fulfill that need by doing business as usual, right? They're still providing excellent, world-renowned beer, but they're helping the water crisis. So it's different than, say, your average, your companies and businesses out there that they give back, they make donations to organizations monthly, quarterly, annually, and that's great that they do that. But what we're doing is we are actually doing it with our day-to-day business, and we are having our borrowers participate in giving back through our two programs, Buy a Home, Save a Vet and Buy a Home, Save a Child. So the social need, we've identified. So, and they're very much the same, just within different communities. So within the veteran community, for example, there's an alarming and unacceptable rate of veteran suicide. These servicemen and women are going off, they are fighting to protect and defend our country, and they're coming back with traumatic brain injury, PTSD, suicidal depression, right? So, you know, they don't have all the resources needed to be able to combat that. And they're killing themselves. And it's terrible. It's affecting their families and the community at large. So all of our nonprofits that we support through Buy a Home, Save a Vet help treat and support veterans that need their services. With Buy a Home, Save a Child, we are gearing our support towards the youth. Children that have, you know, been raised and grown up or been subject to domestic violence, drugs, sexual assault, or maybe they're just not accepted within their family because they're lesbians or gay or transgendered, right? So they're feeling isolated, they have nowhere to go, they go to the streets. Homelessness is huge within our youth. And also suicide. It's actually the second leading cause of death for our youth, suicide. So all of our nonprofits within Buy a Home, Save a Child are supporting the youth and helping them get out of their current situation and giving them the resources to lead productive, loving, successful lives. So, with that said, I'm going to pass the torch to Kevin over here, and he's going to talk about some other non-purpose, here's other for-purpose business examples, and well, take it away.
Well said, Kate. So you guys might be sitting there wondering, why does this matter to me? How does this have any influence on my business model? And as you guys may know, my name's Kevin, and I'm the guy who likes data to support my business practices, right? And so I'm here to share with you a quote that I heard that resonated with me deeply, and that was, "Purpose is the point, profit is the result." If you change your business model from profit to purpose, you'll notice an emotional change within you. You'll notice you have more energy, joy, and overall satisfaction in your workplace. But not only you guys, your borrowers will as well. Let's talk about millennials for an example. Millennials are now between the ages of 20 and 36, and they are approaching their prime working and spending years. You may all agree that they're gonna have a huge influence on our economy in the next 10 years, right? Now get this, millennials are more likely to do business with a company if it has a purpose behind it. In addition to that, millennials are getting employed, seeking employment from employers who have purposeful connection. I strongly advise you guys change your target audience and figure out what is it that you guys stand for. Because at the end of the day, we're not just real estate and mortgage professionals. We're pioneering a new way of business, a for-purpose business. And with that being said, I'll hand it over to Cindy Alvarado so she can elaborate on how all this works.
Thank you, Kev. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. How do I go to the next slide? There we go. Okay, so this is pretty easy to follow, and I'd like to say Susan and Taryn are already our thoughtful partners, and Susan actually has given quite a bit. And this is how it works. So I'll go into us partnering, and there is an agreement that we have together that you guys would be agreeing to, and the reason why is because the Bureau of Real Estate wants to make sure that if you're marketing yourself as giving back, that you actually are, and in order to protect us, we have an agreement to do so. And with that, so we set up this partnership, and once we identify the buyer who's going to be a part of the program. Now keep in mind, you don't have to have every one of your buyers come through this program to be able to market it and to say that you're a for-purpose business. It's just participating. We understand that you may not be able to do this each and every time. It is our goal to do that because I believe that. in conscious business. But I just wanted to squeeze that in really quickly so that you don't feel like you have to do either one. So the way that we're using Buy a Home, Save a Vet as our example here, but we have the buyer and we have the client come through, they know about the program, we sit down with them as your lender, conscious lender, and we do the pre-qual and we issue them a certificate along with a list of the nonprofits that we support. And so they're aware of the nonprofits, they're kind of doing their homework, checking it out. Then we move through, get them pre-qualified quickly, and get them ready to go buy. So once you guys find them an amazing property and they're very excited and happy, and we get them into escrow and everything's rocking and rolling, then we send them a official introduction to the program, choosing a nonprofit. They get to read up on what each nonprofit is doing, how they're giving back, and they get to choose who they want their donation to go to. So as the transaction is wrapping up and coming to a close quickly, because we are rock stars, and then again, we will facilitate the donation. So we have an email that goes out to the buyer, they choose where they want their donation to go, and then we notify you as the realtor that this is where they want their donation to go.
And they have like 10 choices or something, right? Or how many choices?
So far,
of charities?
it's about 5 with Buy a Home, Save a Vet right now.
Okay.
And it's 3 with Buy a Home, Save a Child, but we're picking our nonprofits and we're choosing them wisely because, as you guys know, not all nonprofits have the best intentions, and we want to make sure that the money is going where they say that it's going. So we have some great nonprofits we're on board with right now that we feel very passionate about, but we're taking our time, and we're actually open to any of our thoughtful partners on a nonprofit that they think is fantastic. I'll tell you right now the needs that we're looking for. We're looking for a nonprofit that is supporting our LGBT community with suicide, especially in our youth. That is one that we've been checking around on and we need. And we're also looking for a nonprofit on the veteran homeless side. We have somebody that we're looking at, but we really want to check out everybody and see who's the best fit for our homeless veterans. Okay, so once the transaction wraps up and is coming to a close, we're all excited to congratulate the clients and they've got their new home, and then it's just that extra layer of yum because now there's a donation going out to a nonprofit and they feel really good about themselves. You as the realtor agent will actually write the check to the nonprofit. So we will have an email that goes to you with a formal letter explaining who the nonprofit is. There will be a W-9 for a tax write-off. And then you write the check, you let us know you wrote the check, you send us a copy of the check. We then keep it in our records. The buyer is notified that the donation has been made. And then we do all kinds of fun stuff on social media. We do shout outs, and we do the shout outs not to say, yay, look at, so-and-so's making, a donation, or the superficial side of it. That's not what we're doing this for. We're doing it to raise awareness for for-purpose business and to also raise awareness with what's going on in the community and why we're supporting these nonprofits. My heart is really strongly in reducing our suicide amongst our youth, reducing the suicide numbers amongst our youth, our veterans, and also the homelessness crisis that we're having. There's a lot of trauma, and like one of our nonprofits, Creating First Impressions, they actually work out of the Monarch School, which is all homeless kids. I don't know if you guys know about the Monarch School, but they go in and they do a 16-week series and they teach them job skills and teach them so many different things, life skills in this school, and some of them don't even know where they're going to sleep that night. And it's just a really amazing program, and that is with Buy a Home, Save a Child. So I don't know if I explained this all right. This is my first presentation. I'm a little nervous. So we'll be open to any questions. What was the next?
We have a short video for you guys.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Was there anything else I was going to share with you guys?
Well,
Go ahead.
it helps their business.
Oh,
beyond just giving back?
okay. So I'll let you guys know what my philosophy and belief is in this. I get up every day and I truly believe that I'm supposed to be giving back on a daily basis. That's just me. I consider myself a conscious entrepreneur and I can't even see doing business any other way. That's just, spiritually, that's just how I believe. And so I want to take that out of it though, because I know that's not how everyone believes. And I want to look at it just from the business standpoint. This model is what's happening going forward, as Kevin said. If you look around, if you pay attention to commercials, you pay attention to the restaurants, every kind of consumer, any kind of business out there is moving in this direction. In-N-Out Burger, you go through it, it's right there on their menu, it's right there at the little window as they're serving their food, that they're helping children, child abuse. And so I want to challenge you to pay attention to how much for purpose business is going on around you. In our industry, we're kind of slow with it, and we are pioneering this, and I feel so strongly about it. The way that it'll improve your business is, one, I believe in personal vibration, personal energy, and how you feel every day. So when you wake up and and you're tired of this business, or it's stressful, and it's like, oh my God, this transaction is a pain in my ass, but there's gonna be an amazing donation that goes out to help these kids at the homeless school. I'm gonna be making a donation at the end of this transaction. This client, who's a pain in my ass, is gonna allow me to make a donation to have these kids show up and get a shower, their hair cut, and have a hot meal at the end of the day. That changes you. That literally adds a whole different perspective to business and how you do business when you wake up. Veterans, if you know that you're helping support PTSD, the treatments that we're supporting are amazing. And they get to get this treatment, go home, and be better mothers and fathers. And then their family does better for it. Adding that alone to business is so powerful, I can't even tell you. Susan knows, Taryn knows, it is, you will go out and hustle with heart, and that'll set you apart. Like literally, it's just, at least for me, it's a wonderful thing. The other side of that is what we do as your conscious mortgage lender. We have a social media campaign going on where we are literally acknowledging any of our thoughtful partners, giving partners. We have marketing, advertising going on with a big television. It's not a television network, it's a live streaming comedy, national, only one like it, called Vet TV. Buy a Home, Save a Vet is advertised on their live streaming broadcast, I guess is what you call it.
Podcast.
So they're kind of like SNL meets Comedy Central meets Dave Chappelle. And Buy a Home, Save a Vet is Buy a Home, Save a Vet is one of their biggest sponsors, and they give us shout outs, and they've got 100,000 viewers. I don't even know how many subscribers, and this is just the beginning. They haven't even gone live yet. So we have that advertising going on for Buy a Home, Save a Vet. We are a sponsor of Miss Veteran USA. She is a single mom, U.S. Marine Corps. We have and a lot of this is veteran guys, because we launched Buy a Home, Save a Vet first. So we're already in motion with Buy a Home, Save a Vet. We have a big hike that's coming up May 13th. They are expecting over 5,000 veterans to show, and it's all for suicide prevention, and we are one of the sponsors in making that happen. It will be down in Mission Beach. It'll be in Mission Bay. And so we are literally boots on the ground. We are involved. We're at their fundraisers, and we are out there making Buy a Home, Save a Vet and Buy a Home, Save a Child a well-known name. We want everybody to know when they hear this that, oh, those are the people in our industry that are making a difference, that are making an impact, that do business with the heart. And so that's the side of it that we are working really hard to market it, so that when you guys go out and talk about this, people are going to know right away. Oh yeah, I heard about them, and oh yeah, because these nonprofits are all talking about us. They're putting us on social media. They're doing shout outs to Buy a Home, Save a Vet and Buy a Home, Save a Child. And we are just getting started with Buy a Home, Save a Child. Urban Street Angels is a big local nonprofit for the homeless youth. And he's the commercial guy that I was telling you about. And he can't wait to bring Buy a Home Save a Bet into real estate brokerages that he's already attached to. It's a beautiful thing. As you can see, I'm very passionate about it. And I want to encourage you and invite you as thoughtful partners to join us on the mission and be a part of this. Think about it, pay attention, go in and Google search for purpose business. I want you guys to do that. You will be shocked at how many articles, how many facts and things that were reports that were actually showing an increase in business and an increase in their culture by just, standing for something, supporting a cause. So I think that is it, and I want to leave you guys with one more video. That is special.
Difficult to survive when you are young and you don't know what to do.
You don't want to be completely alone out here. You don't. It's hard as hell. I was completely alone.
The homeless population really actually needs kind of a hand up instead of a handout. My mom was a heroin dealer, so I ended up leaving at 12. For me, it was to escape the reality of what my mom was doing, and I didn't want anything to do with it after that.
Me and my mom, we didn't have the best relationship, so I packed up all my stuff and I ended up leaving and staying outside.
Yeah, I've been doing this for almost 6 years, but still there's that chance that somebody pulled a gun on me or actually pulled a knife on me. I'm gonna have to actually use my knife. That can happen out here.
Sometimes I do miss being in a bed versus a leaf and dirt-filled floor.
12 years old, I started getting into cocaine, and then after that I got methamphetamine, acid, heroin, and I didn't really realize how hard the streets were until I hit the streets. We're doing everything.
I hit the streets so I can clear my head under the heat of neon red. I'm free seats, but I met everyone I said. All I want is everything.
You're just faking?
And I really care what you're looking at. I just want to slow.
I'm digging it.
I won't give up until this freedom's over. All I want is everything.
We go through violence, we go through people robbing people, stabbings, hunger. Older people take care of the younger people. Friends take care of friends.
You have people who you're really attached to. I'm over here why would you want to be with somebody who's on the street and barely ever gets to have a shower, a home-cooked meal, friends who barely ever want to be his friend? And one of the biggest things when you're out on the streets is to learn how to not be so attached to where it's easy to move on like that.
Nobody has your back. It's every man for himself.
This love is keeping me alive. The push comes to shove, we always
What are you doing? Get creative. You know what we're doing.
Is that enough? When you look into my eyes, all I want is everything. All I want is everything. I won't give up until this feeling's over. I've had enough of drinking myself sober. I will let you know. I know what you
I know it gets hard out here, but as long as you're alive and you're okay, you can still make your life better. If you actually truly care about people and you truly actually put the effort into it, things do come out a good way.
Morning comes, thought I'd never see the sun. Dragon's eyes, you've always been the one.
We had to cut some of it, it was a little long. The last thing I wanted to say about this is, so urban shooting, this is what I was talking about. As you can see, it's very impactful and they're doing amazing stuff for the community. We're really excited to partner with them. Is if Pemberley actually, or if you decide you guys want to be a giving partner, a thoughtful partner, and we are your preferred lender, you can use this in your listing presentation, right? Because you're doing it on the buying side. So why not use it on the listing side? And I think it's a great marketing tool to really use what we've built as, you know, as your business model. And it really is just partnering. But I just want to challenge you to go into your heart and really think about this. Is this something that you resonate with, and is this something that you want to do? Because it's not a marketing, you know, trend. It's not trend. This is not trendy. This is the real deal. We're donating for big causes, and we will be involved, especially with youth suicide. It's a very serious topic, and yeah. So thank you so much for allowing us to be here today. And the reason we brought the bars, it's very obvious. This bar saves lives. It's all for purpose business stuff. Starbucks is the big one in that. And
Yeah, the Ecos Water, they donate, you can read it
water
on
for the children in Africa. So
And I'll just say, I worked with Caitlin and not so much Kevin, but Caitlin and Cindy a lot, and they're great. They get the job done, and you've helped me with a couple of difficult ones and saved it. So I highly, encourage you guys to at least talk to them on your next transaction and see if they can help you.
Oh, thanks, Susan. Thank you. I also want to say, as a branch manager, I've been in the business 20 years. So I knew this business before the crash, during the crash, and after the crash. So, and yeah, that's why we're able to troubleshoot some loans. And as a branch manager, we're able to get stuff done that some LOs can't get done. And with my team, I'm in the trenches with them. So if there's anything going on and they need me to step in and make stuff happen, I do. So, do you guys have questions or?
Do a card.
Yeah. Yes, we do. So are you okay, Nadia?
I'm an empath. I take my
So am I. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
But no, it's cool. So you were just spending the lending, and you decided, hey, I'm gonna make more of this, and so this is kind of newer for you, or what's the storyline? And then so you went with your employer that you're with and said, let's add this, or you?
No. So this is exclusive to our branch. I created Buy Home Save a Vet. I created Buy Home Save a Vet first, and I created Buy Home Save a Child second. And it literally was my vision to, this is the way I believe when I wake up every day, and I created these programs to be able to bring it to the community and bring it to,
How old is it?
Buy Home Save a Vet is, oh gosh, I just gave the date on this because we trademarked it. I think it was 2014. That we launched that one, and Buy Home Save a Child is new. We're just launching it now. Same business model though.
All right.